Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome in lesson 2.2 in our professional planning engineer PPE workshop. This lesson I need from you only 10 minutes to tell you what is the macro and how it works. So let's go directly and see what is the macro and how we can get benefit from our macros. In this lesson, we will introduce the macro for you and we'll tell you how to enable the macros in Excel, how to create your own macros to record and writing, and we'll do an example for recording macro and writing a macro. Macro is a programming language called VBA, Visual Basic Application, where the user states number of instructions used in Excel to automate any operation. It means if you have repetitive steps, you can tell the Excel to do it for you. Think about the macro like your robot. Program your robot and it will do the tasks for you. The macro save a lot of time, and if you understand its concept, it will be very easy. How to enable macro in Excel? By default, macro couldn't be enabled in Excel. So these steps will enable the macro in your Excel software. You only need to open the Excel, then click the File tab. From the list in the left, click Options. From File here, you click Options. Then go to Customize Ribbon, this tab. And from the main tab, just be sure that the Developer tab is active. Don't worry, you don't need to write these steps because we already made a document for you showing to you how to enable your macro in Excel, and it will be attached to this lesson. So the Developer tab here in your Excel should look something like this, and here is the macros where we can do our magic. We have two methods for creating macros in Excel. First method is recording the macro. Second method is writing a code. And we'll talk about both of them now. Recording a macro, you will press a button in the Excel, and the Excel will record all your steps you are doing, and you will repeat it whenever you want. So the recording macro is very simple and straightforward operation. However, recording macro can be found in the Developer tab, and then you press Record Macro. Very simple. From Developer, then you press Record Macro. Now only you do the steps you want to apply automatically next time, and you are going to apply in the coming example later. In this lesson, we'll make for you an example for recording macro. Writing on macro, it is also an effective way, and it is a kind of advanced way. This method is more complicated, but we will learn it during our course. We will learn what we need when we need it. So don't need to panic. Just follow the lessons, and by the end of this course, you will have a very good understanding about how to writing your own macros and how to find the codes. You don't have to save in your mind anything. I'll tell you how to find any code you want. So in order to write a macro, you go for the Developer tab and click Visual Basic button. This Visual Basic button, you click it, and it will open to you the Visual Basic window. You insert a new module, and you start writing your macro. So far, I don't want you to understand 100% what I'm saying. Just I'm giving you an overall idea, and we agreed that we will not exceed 10 minutes. So let's go and check how to do our macro in a sample Excel sheet. This is a sample Excel sheet. Let's say we want to record a macro to filter here some values. So let's say we'll change this 5 to 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, and we want to create a macro to filter only the 3 values. So I'm going to Developer tab, record a macro. I can name it here macro 1, for example. And now I'm starting recording. Whenever I'm moving the mouse here, it is not recording anything. It's recording only clicks. So I'm going to choose from here and select only the 3 value, and then I will stop recording my macro. Now I'm going to remove my filter, and I want to recall this macro again. From here, I click run. Simply will work. What if I want to make a shortcut? I'm going to macro, and from option I will assign a letter with the control. Let's say I choose control Q and click OK. Now I close this window. I remove the filter and I click control Q to do the macro for me. Now to check the other method of macro, which we said from the Visual Basic, this is our macro 1. Let's say I want the macro to find for me the division 5 instead of 3. Here is the criteria which using in the filter. Only I change it 3 to 5. And I will click save. And I will close this one. I will remove the filter. Control Q, it will filter for me the 5. All I need to use now is what is the macro, how it works, what are the 2 methods of creating macros. There are nothing to fear from macros. It is very simple, and we will keep you focused on the tasks. While we are doing it, we'll teach you the macro and how we did the macro and how you can edit it. So again, we have here from the developer tab 2 options to create a new macro. I can record a macro, and I can go to Visual Basic to write my macro. Record a macro will repeat my steps. Create another macro, we'll call it macro 2. And here I will make a filter that contains A1 and click OK. And that's it. I'll stop my macro. I can go to the macro 2. From option, I'll assign another letter for it. Let's call it W. I'll call OK. And whenever I run the macro, I'll clear the filter first. Control W, I'll find my macro working. If I want to change this macro, I'm going to the developer tab with the other method we talked about here. And I can change the A1 value to another value, let's say A2. And I will close this one. From data, I clear the data, Control W, and here the macro change it with A2. So it is very simple. And as we say in our course, we are working smart, not hard. So I hope that you have a conclusion about the macros now. And you can download our document which explains how to activate the developer tab and how the macro works. And I'm sure you will find it very easy. If you have any question about what we talked about here, you can ask. I will keep for you this sheet. So I need from you to download it and play around with it. Try to do your own macros. Try to find how the macro works and get ready for the next lesson. Thank you very much for watching this lesson, and I'm preparing now the next lesson, and I'm sure you'll find the benefits of the macro and you will understand more and more about our course. See you in the next lesson.